have been waiting for you. I felt the moment of your liberation, the shedding of your bond. You called to me. I am here to show you the way. I was the first to swear, the first to fall. When another's oath is broken, I stand witness. I hear their sorrow, I see their jubilation. I guide their hand. Oathbreaker, you swore to protect life itself, to serve the natural order, to protect those who value life, and vanquish those who would destroy it. Tell me, why did you abandon your oath?
You do realize, fella, that he became Oathbreaker for destroying a life of a fucking steel watcher. A fucking tin can. A toaster, if you will.
A lapse in judgment. To know the reason for your fall is, perhaps, to know the shape of things to come. Take comfort in your undoing. I, like you, abandoned my cause. But much can still be achieved. Your oath is broken. The light within you fades. A new power is awakening. I served a noble lord. I fought for him without question or restraint. Where his light shone, my sword followed. In his name, I raised villages, put thousands to the sword. I believed our greater purpose required such brutality, such sacrifice. But his light was so radiant, it blinded me to all else. I could not see the darkness and corruption of the path he led me down. When I finally saw the truth, he would not be reasoned with. So I ended him. For this, I was called Oathbreaker. It was merely a choice, as I have made countless others since. What's past is past. We are here to discuss your future. I wielded the powers of darkness, yet held a candle for those who needed the light. My actions followed no teaching, apart from my own justification. Good or ill, I made my choices. Eventually, I heard the call of others who had strayed. I showed them the way, as I show you now. Darkness will obey your summons. The dead will march to your rhythm. Even now, these shadows gather around you. They sense the cracks in your armor. They yearn to be used, to be inflicted. It is possible, but such a promise must not be made lightly. Wealth must be sacrificed, and your soul repledged. It is wise to first consider what is gained, and what is lost in the bargain. Should you wish to do so, speak with me again. Do not resist. Surrender and be remade.
That's cool.
Though born of a vile source, these powers can be used for good or ill. Your oath no longer binds you. The choice is yours alone. Regret is for those who would act differently. I feel no such desire. What's past is past.
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good.
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or worse still, it will cost us. I hope we can afford it.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to.
I don't relish the idea of Mizora visiting our camp, let alone offering us anything resembling a deal. When the devils start approaching you, you know you're in deep.
Yep.
Mizora. I take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
I had no wish to lose Will. But my, it would have been nice to flush her into the colony's flesh pit.
Maybe she remembers where the Temple of Baal was.
You speak of a battle more than a century past. Baal's minions led us through a maze in the Undercity, older than Baldur's Gate itself. We paid little mind to the path ahead, let alone how we might return, or that we would return at all. Still, the Undercity shifts. We might search down there. Or better yet, find a ballast to lead us.
Orin. She wants to fight with me.
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer, whatever choice Will makes, someone will suffer. Count on it.
Otto's been muttering in his sleep. Something about a dragon sleeping under Wyrm's rock. Florrick, doesn't he have family who looked after him? The fellow's a few haystacks short of a stack.
Had an uncle like that. Swore his outhouse was haunted. Turns out there was a ghost in there. For real. Local wizard had to get rid of it.
So what? You're saying there could really be a dragon down there?
Hells if I know. Just saying that sometimes there's nothing stranger than truth.
Well, the moment they said there's dragon under Wyrm's rock, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be the dragon we're gonna probably fight. Especially considering this Otto guy is in one of the cells I'm breaking into, so I may have more information in a sec. Interestingly, if you unlock her cage, she even comments on it at the start of the conversation, but I wanted to see it before I unlock, so I had to reload.
You're too late. It's over.
By Avernus. Florrick.
Will, is that you? What curse has befallen you?
Long story.
No matter. The city, the future, it's done. The Steel Watch happened. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Alder Ravengard's husk, empty as a stare. Your father's a tadpole's puppet, Will. Nothing more. He's spoken accusations. Apostasy, conspiracy, sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns.
The hell's with that? Nothing is over. Not while I still draw breath.
I'm getting you out so I can beat some sense into you.
You felt him. Extraordinary. Maybe what is lost can be found. When the people need a miracle, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. Alder's words. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Unlock my cell. Escort me out of Wyrm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades.
Ooh, I want allies. I really want allies. Yes.
Hurry.
Yes, mommy. Are you for real? Maybe third one. Jesus Christ. What? Darts and slings. So I guess she's a wizard, but the armor shows darts and slings.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out.
It's the least we could do. Your faith in this city should inspire us all.
Yes, I have some connections in the upper city. Perhaps they'll heed our call. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Hey, without any casualties! Sneaking is fun! Why does it weigh 250? Why is it unusual? Why something? Why can't I use it? So weird.
What's up for discussion?
What do you want? I don't need to escape. I've got food, water, privacy, and I mean to keep it that way.
Okay.
That symbol on the collar. Gale, is this one yours?
Laura! What's she doing all the way out here?
Right, aren't you located in Waterdeep normally?
Mr. Dekarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favourite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here. She isn't my tressym. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons. Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dekarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
Ring of the Link.
Oh, I have the
yeah.
magic touch. Tara remains as willful as ever. I'm glad you finally made her acquaintance. Given the length of my time away, I feared she might have given up on me. Oh, I should have known better. She'd never do such a thing. I wouldn't have her any other way. I'd actually been thinking about introducing the two of you anyway. Over a sumptuous home-cooked meal, if that sounds at all to your taste. My tower in Waterdeep boasts an excellent kitchen and a wine cellar to rival Ondor and Self. Not to mention a larder stocked with my homemade Hundor sauce. A Water-Davian delicacy, spiced to leave exactly the right amount of heat lingering on the tongue, and served with that most sharp-toothed of Aquarian residents, the quipper fish. I make it to my mother's recipe. Packs quite a wallop, as does she. Now that we've got something to look forward to, I think it's time we went and saved the world. Don't you? Anything you ask, I'll answer as honestly as I can. I'm an open book, requiring only your gentle hands to turn my pages.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? You read it? Technically, that's interfering with someone else's property. I should report you to the nearest manip. Tell you what, give it here and we'll say no more about it. I'll give you a nice little bonus as well, a finder's fee. What do you say?
Yeah, let's fucking shake him down.
Fine. Just give me the letter.
Hey, money. Not that I need it.
Forget you saw anything. This never happened.
For a while, after the shadow curse was lifted, I felt hope in a way that I hadn't felt in years. I thought that nature would heal and balance between it and civilization could be restored once and for all. Yet since we neared the city, I've seen more and more signs that I was being naive. Refugees, orphans, the downtrodden, all being left behind. Perhaps the Shadow Druids were right in their own twisted way. If such sorrows are the fruits of civilization, perhaps there can be no true balance between it and nature. Look around us. You will not have to search for long to see exactly what I mean. That poor girl, Yenna. This city will devour her as sure as any wild predator would do. Be it through malice or just neglect. Her fate will be sealed by this place. Society should be judged based on how they treat their most vulnerable. Baldur's Gate may deserve harsh judgment from what I've seen so far.
Harsh judgment? Fuck, maybe I'm getting paranoid after Gortash told me someone in my camp is a fucking traitor. And I know that it can't be Aelin because fucking child of God. It can't be Isobel because she would realize it immediately. Withers is probably fucking immortal. So I guess it will be one of the companions. Or the little kid, because I assume that's why she's there at the start of the Act 3. So I'm getting fucking paranoid, and I think harsh judgment on Baldur's Gate sounds like something Halsin wouldn't say. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching.
I wish I knew. Truly. A problem for another day, perhaps. I just hope there is another day. At least we took Yenna in off the streets. But there are many more out there.
My. Some bard could write a stirring love poem about you two. Or a lewd tavern ballad, perhaps.
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you?
Let's see if we can make 5-some, I guess, would be the term. Makes sense?
Silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or perhaps you have greater ambitions yet.
There's an idea. If you're comfortable sharing, so am I.
Perhaps you'd care for a little extra company.
I won't pretend the thought hasn't crossed my mind once or twice. Or more than that.
tame yourself.
Oh, I suspect we shall be more than merry.
Charming. For being a friend who helped Amira, we will charge a little less.
Here we go.
Let's go. This is thrilling. Quite the merry little party we have assembled here.
In Qu'ellarz'orl custom from our home, groups of 5 or more meet quorum to qualify as orgies. 4 or fewer are simply a gathering, legally speaking at least.
Shall we?
The funny part is that she actually told me to that this is too big of a warband, and I had to tell Karlach to fuck off. Like, not tell in a cinematic, I just had to get her out of the door. Why would it break into a brawl? Let's fucking go.
I hope you're not afraid of the dark, my darling. I must snuff out the lights before we begin. It's all part of the experience. The room is bathed in total darkness, so there is nothing to distract from your ecstasy.
Black curtain, standard DM behavior in such situations. Good.
The lady, Nim, moves your hand to where the clasps of her blouse lie.
You know, I had a dream just like this once.
A pleasant one, I hope.
You were in it, so it was certainly lively.
I'm surprised you needed the two of us for this to happen, but I am so glad it has.
Oh, Empyrean High Priestess, let us worship at your altar.
The Drow siblings fall to their knees in mock prayer towards Shadowheart, lavishing caresses over her thighs.
My, and to think some shun organized religion.
I'd be more pleased if you joined them.
To watch a woman flush with pleasure is one of nature's sweetest gifts. Though perhaps you will prove even sweeter, Shadowheart.
The night skips on, filled with fantasies Shadowheart seemed all too primed to suggest.
Good stuff.
I could get used to this.
Indeed. Our time with them was certainly bracing. Takes me back to some youthful misadventures in the Underdark. Very much so. One positive I will concede about city life is that you never know what lies around the corner. It was a long time ago. I was a foolhardy young druid, intent on seeing the beauty of nature's unworldly fauna and subterranean glow for myself. Certain events transpired, and I found myself a guest of a noble drow house for a time. Well, something between guest, prisoner, and consort, perhaps.
That's interesting, because drows usually just torture elves to death, and that's the end of it. And if I remember correctly, elves get from their prayer, let's call it, immediate death from Corel, because he doesn't like his, faithful to be tortured by drow to death.
The passage of time has a strange way of polishing even the most arduous of memories into precious keepsakes. Had circumstances been slightly different, I may have been put to work in mines or killed outright.
No.
The house matron took an interest in me, and the patron also. They saw me as a novelty, perhaps. I was chained in their bedchamber for nigh on 3 years.
Jesus Christ.
It was not ideal, but not without its positives either. I did what was necessary to survive, and perhaps a few things that were less than necessary. Don't misunderstand me. I feared for my life and wanted my freedom back, but I was willing to wait for my moment. And eventually it came. Lolth's noble houses are constantly at each other's throats, and eventually some rivals of my hosts sought to unseat them. It was chaos, drow against drow, the clash of blades echoing throughout caverns, the feel of warm blood that I could not see. I took my chance and fled while all were distracted. I never looked back until I breathed fresh air again. And never learned what came of my hosts. I am sure they are well used to it. Cramped streets and thin walls make for people adept at ignoring things. You could find yourself more alone in a city than in the deepest woods.
Give me a moment, for pity's sake. You've exhausted me already.
We recover quickly, but not that quickly.
I guess it's an adventurer thing that you can rest in like 5 minutes and have broken bones mend.
Even in the best of times, it's an oasis of pleasure and calm. In the city's chaos, with Baldur's Gate preparing for war, the caress feels like the final flicker of a beautiful flame before darkness falls.
Never a dull moment. That might be worth a look.
And this shit's clever. So it was worth it. Super fucking cool. There was even no perception roll or anything from outside. I don't know if it's bug or just intended, but I do wonder what I found. Oh shit, this is probably where the damn dragon is.
Is that Balduran with a bronze dragon? Must have been quite an adventure. Balduran and his winged ally admiring the fruits of their labor. The city itself. Balduran sails away and leaves the dragon to watch over his city. Do the histories make mention of this?
No, but it will explain the dragon under the city.
The statue before you bears a familiar likeness. It is Balduran, the celebrated adventurer who founded the city of Baldur's Gate.
Peril floods my province. The palisades fall, the earth does tremble. The servants of shadow and blood assemble.
Vampires?
Beyond lies the grand Wyrm, deep in slumber, awaiting a true hero's advent, should my domain drown in torment. Be you the deluge, turn away. Be you the hero, answer true. Are you worthy?
Poetic nonsense. There is no Wyrm and no savior.
Something stinks. And why does Emperor talk? Wait a minute. Seriously. That's like 6 today. Fuck it, I'm reloading.
You sense neither life nor spirit within the statue. powerful variant of magic mouth has been cast on it,
like in Lathander's
allowing
monastery.
it to
I thought
speak
so.
only recorded messages. The statue gives no response.
Ancient Ansar, hear me. A champion is proclaimed. The test begins.
Answer.
Let
Why do
your
I know
judgment
this name?
follow.
Didn't... When Emperor was talking about his past, didn't he mention something like that? And this is why he fucking
Incredible. How old is this place?
chimed in.